Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what people think of you based off your conversations. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from. So for pile number 1, we have the crystal Unakite with the Sun card. For pile number 2, we have green Opal and the Chariot card. For pile number 3, we have Malachite and the Queen of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you are most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Unakite crystal and the Sun card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think of you based off your conversations. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with pulling your cards, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever watched my readings before and you like them, if you haven't yet, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that helps support the channel. So I know this isn't based off your conversations, but I'm kind of getting the impression here that, when you're speaking to people, when you're conversing with people, there's something about them really admiring your fashion style, the way that you're dressed, regardless of your gender. Because I'm seeing like stylish handbags, and like even if you're a man watching, it doesn't really matter like how you dress or what type of aesthetic you have. I just see people often admiring the way you dress. And I see situations here in which maybe you go out. For some of you, like let's say you go to a bar or you go to a party. This is not going to resonate with everyone. Or you just go somewhere where you're having a lot of fun. And so, in that way you're very excited, you're very much like having fun, you're laughing, you're free, you're having conversations with people. Especially for those that, go out a lot and have fun a lot. And, you seem very outgoing when it comes to people. You seem very confident in yourself. You seem like, to them at least, from their conversations with you and how you're acting, this could even be strangers' thoughts of you, where they think that you're someone very outgoing, where they think that you have no problem going up to a person and speaking to them. And it seems like when they're speaking to you, based off your conversations together, you seem very excited. You seem like a very fun person. You seem like you're always going out and having fun and just doing fun things with your life. I'm even picking up on social media. I know social media isn't necessarily having conversations with people, but people kind of see into our life a little bit, and then people kind of get that kind of image of you in their head that you're just this very fun and outgoing person, very social person, very happy-go-lucky person. People think you're a very positive person from their conversations with you. They think that you're someone that thinks in a positive mindset with a Sun card here. They think that you're also someone they could be very good friends with. I feel like a lot of people think they want to be your friend or be around you. And they think that you're just this bundle of joy and sunshine. Like, you spread joy everywhere you go. You get excited about the things you talk about. You get passionate. Some people may even think you're very creative just based off you and your vibe and your conversations, or something about you just being very expressive and comfortable with yourself. I just saw the number 333. So there's something about you. I feel like you grow on people in a way where they start to really enjoy your company. I feel like people think they really enjoy your company, whereas I feel like your qualities and traits I was hearing the song that's like dollar dollar bills, give me my moolah la la. By Kali Uchis, where she's like, I'm gonna get paid, yeah. I'll just check what the song's name is. Let me just check. But people may perceive you to be very successful, to have some kind of stream of money coming in, either based off your clothing or based off the way you speak. Like maybe they think either you have a lot of potential to become very successful and to get paid for what you love to do or what you enjoy to do or what you're passionate about, or maybe they just think that you are successful in some way. And for some reason, I'm getting the vibe from you that sometimes because of these qualities and traits where people think you're so happy, where people think that you're just like this fun, outgoing person that has no cares in the world, that is always positive, always happy, like just based off your conversations. Let's just say you were just happy that day and you're like not usually always happy. You know, they may get that idea from you that you're always happy, that you're always positive, that you're always having something to laugh about or be playful about. And maybe some of you are. And I feel like because of that and because of like people seeing your potential in terms of reaching success and being seen in whatever it is you would enjoy to do in the future, it's like based off your conversations, some may also get jealous of you, is what I'm picking up on intuitively. And I saw a moon clairvoyantly and a crystal ball. So I do feel like you intuitively pick up and sense when people are, you know, like in this negative vibe towards you, or when they're jealous of you or envious of you. And it's usually because of your happiness and joy that you radiate out. Especially like if they're just a very negative person, or I hear negative Nancy, but no hate to any Nancys, but of course, like that's just what I heard. Or if they're just like a type of person that is not really seeing the joy within their own life and then kind of assuming that you're always joyful. So that's the type of vibe I get here. And maybe even to do with your look and your fashion style. Like people like to look at you while they're talking to you and having conversations with you, and maybe even the success part. So the song, let me get the name. I didn't mean to speak so much, but I just saw so much in the beginning that I had to speak before forgetting what I saw there. Oh, it's called Sad Girls Love Money by Kali Uchis and Amare. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Interesting. So your cards are the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. People think you're very attractive while they're speaking to you, and even how I was speaking now and speaking without the cards, where I was just getting the messages, I think that tells us a little bit about your conversations, where people think that you don't really need much to start a conversation. You know, like while they're talking to you, they think that you're already very confident in yourself. They think that you're already at this place in your confidence, whether you are or not. These are their thoughts, where you can just have a conversation with anybody and get along with anybody, no matter who they are, where they come from, their background, what type of person they are. It's like you'll always find something interesting to talk about, or you'll always find a way to get people to warm up with you. Because even when I was talking to you, I felt like I was getting very excited. I felt like I was talking to a friend rather than doing a tarot reading. So this is maybe like how people feel while they're talking to you. Like, you know how to get people to warm up with you. And get people comfortable in a way, even strangers. We have the Page of Fire, Page of Wands. We have Call. We have the Emperor. We have the Seven of Air, Seven of Swords. So this is the jealousy I was picking up on. And since this woman's wearing a mask, I feel like sometimes they think those thoughts and then they try to hide it. But I feel like you intuitively know when people are exuding a bad vibe. And I feel like you'll intuitively feel something's off, like the vibe's off. Page of Air, Page of Swords. I'd even say if you've ever had instances where you're conversating with a person, talking to them, and you're trying to, make conversation with them. You're curious about them with the Page of Swords. You're, like asking them questions, trying to get them to warm up. And if they're being very cold to you, if they're just like giving you short answers, or the vibe is weird, or like they're like, I've had scenarios I was speaking about this yesterday to my boyfriend, where you go up to a person and you say hey to them. Like, let's say you're with a group of friends and this person knows your friend and they start to talk to your friend and you say hey to them and they just look you up and down and ignore you. I'm talking about that type of energy where it's just like nastiness and meanness coming from them. And it's like they don't even have to say anything. You can see the vibe they're exuding. That's kind of like the vibe I get here, where you try to have a conversation with them and get them to open up, some people, and then they're just so jealous and envious of you, and so much like in this negative energy that your light irritates the hell out of them. And I say the hell out of them for a reason. I don't want to spend too long on this energy, but I'm seeing this energy. So we have the Eight of Swords, Eight of Air. We have the Three of Air, Three of Swords. Interesting to note, a lot of your cards have angel wings on them. So people may think that you are quite angelic in some way, like you're a pure soul. And we have the King of Air, King of Swords. So we have some extra cards that I will take a look at in a minute. And then at the back of the deck, we have the Messenger of Air. I think this is an extra card. So one thing I'll say about people that are having conversations with you, my pile number ones, a lot of the times they're busy looking at you and admiring your physical appearance. That's what I'm getting straight away from this pile. Like, sometimes they're even just staring at you and admiring you and not really listening to what you're saying. Not out of disrespect to you, but because they just admire the way you look so much. So I don't feel jealousy comes from everyone. Keep that in mind. Some people really enjoy your presence. I feel a lot of people really enjoy your presence. Most people, when they're having conversations with you, they would like to be your friend, or they would like to have you in their circle, or like to have you around. Like I said, they see you as very angelic, very pure in some way. They may even say things about you like, pile number one, they're so sweet, they're such an angel. Like, I would love to be friends with them. With call here, they may even want to take your number and call you or message you or further communicate with you. That's what they think. So they think they'd really like to have you around them more. But I see them speaking to you and admiring your look. Firstly, I see them admiring your body. Something about your body, regardless of your gender, there's something about your body that they find very sexy and seductive. And you may even find that you're conversating with some people and they're like secretly crushing on you. I feel like that sometimes happens where like they're looking at you and they feel very seduced by you in some way. I didn't expect that to come through, but it is. I feel like you're just, like, they think you're very sexy. They think you're very hot. And it's not just, your physical appearance is hot and sexy, but it's also the way you speak and talk to people. It's your personality that shines through that is very sexy. Like, it kind of reminds me of this episode I watched. I like to watch Sisters in the City podcast. I don't know if any of you have ever seen them, but like one of them, they speak about in this one episode, I think their name is Anna and I can't remember, but one of them, they speak about like, I go into the room and I tell myself I'm a 10 out of 10. Because if I don't tell myself that, nobody else is going to think that of me. And it's not egotistical to think that, because if I'm not thinking that of myself, I'm not going to radiate that energy out. And if I think like I'm the hottest in the room, I'm not comparing myself to others. I'm saying I'm the hottest to me. And then she's like, what did she say? I'm trying to remember. When I think of myself as the hottest, I don't just think of my physical look. I think of my personality, my heart, etc., etc. And as I look at this heart, it reminds me of that episode from the podcast where it's like, people think you exude this hotness, not just from your physical appearance, but from your heart, from your personality. Like, people think you're a catch. People think they want to be around you. People think, like they'd love to have you as a friend or as a lover, or like whoever gets to be with you as a lover is very lucky. And people also think you have this very either youthful look to you where you look younger than your age, and they're very surprised to hear your age after, like, whoa, I didn't know, I thought you were younger. Or you just have this very youthful personality. Like, you have this kind of, I hear pizzazz to you. You have like you add a little bit of spice to the conversation. You have like this passionate energy that you exude out to this world, like a very happy-go-lucky energy. And I think that a lot of people admire that about you. You seem very fun to be around based off your conversations. You seem very passionate. You seem creative. You seem confident. It's like, I'm hearing you seem like you are that girl or that boy, or like you seem very courageous and brave, and like you seem like you don't have any fears. Even when you're speaking to people, people think that you're able to go up to anyone and conversate with them and like know exactly what to say to them to get them out of their shell. And I think people see you as very fun. Like, they'd see you as that type of person at the party that would get them to dance even though they don't usually dance. I'm seeing that type of energy. Whether you are this person or not, remember, this is what people think of you based off your conversations with them. People think that you're very powerful. Before you even have a conversation with them, your powerful energy shows through your body language. Communicates to them through your body language, through the way that you carry yourself. They think that you're very elegant and graceful. And although you're confident, there's a humbleness to you. There's an energy of like, not confidence in the way of thinking you're better than everyone or like egotistical, but it's like you lift other people up with you. People may think that you are someone that is like a supportive friend, or someone that really hypes up and compliments those around you, really lifts up those around you and gets them to see their wonderful qualities and traits too. People may also think you're very funny based off your conversations and very outgoing, like I said before. And it's like you give off this vibe of warmth from your conversations and openness. Like, I get the vibe from you. People feel comfortable even asking you questions that they wouldn't normally ask anyone else. Or people feel like when they're talking to you, even if you're a stranger to them, they feel like they can immediately open up to you as if you're a friend and tell you things they would never ever tell anybody else. I feel like for some of you, you're that type of person people can go up to and tell you about their whole life story, their whole life's pain, what they've been through in life, and like you give off this non-judgmental vibe when they're having conversations with you where they feel like they can talk to you about anything and you're not going to judge them. They feel like they can say anything and it can be cringe, it can be funny, it can be over the top, and you're not going to judge them or treat them differently or see them differently. So that's the vibe I get here. Like, people get very curious towards you after having a conversation with you where they want to get to know you more, where with the Eight of Swords, sometimes like there's the stuck feeling. And what I mean by this is, let's say Let's say you go to a party. I'm just using this as an example. You don't have to go to parties, but Spirit is bringing that to my attention. Like maybe people think you go out a lot and party a lot, or I don't know. Or they just get that vibe from you. Like you're very fun. You like to go out. And let's say you talk to a person and you're like, let's say their friend calls them over and they're like, I'll come back to you now and speak to you. And let's say they wanted to come up to you later that night and ask you for your number, but then they don't find you again. And they're like, I hear them swearing in my mind. I'm not going to swear on the channel, but it's like, I hear them swearing in their mind like, oh my gosh, I wish I asked for them number like immediately. Now I don't know if they went home, like if they're gone, like am I ever gonna see them again? And I even get the vibe here, like they may sometimes ask their friends about you, like things that they're curious about where they don't know the answer. Some people may pry too much and be a little bit over the top in that way because there's a lot of like mystery to you. It's like you're open, but there's this air of mystery to you, if that makes sense. Where they want to know more, where they're very curious about you, where they may even ask their friends questions about you, like if you know their friend. They may even ask like their friends, what is their social media? I want to see what their social media looks like. Things like that is coming through. So people also think you're very intelligent based off your conversations. People get very surprised. Not that they don't think you're intelligent, but I think a lot of people's mindsets are when they're speaking to a person that is very attractive, they don't expect them to have like a pizzazz to their personality or like a colorfulness or an amazing personality. Like, I don't know what it is, but something about that's coming through. Like, they don't expect that, or they don't expect that person to be very intelligent at the same time. And I feel like this is another reason why people may also get jealous of you, because it's like you're intelligent, you're smart, you have an amazing personality, an amazing heart. People think that you're just a sweetheart, like you have a very big heart and a lot of warmth to you, where it's like they feel like they can be your best friend immediately, or a lot of people just like you and admire you because of that. And then some people will feel like, oh, everybody likes pile number one, I can't compete with them because they're pretty, or they're attractive, they're smart, or they're handsome, they're smart, they have this, they have this, they have their life together. Like, I'm getting that vibe where it's like I see them thinking, the jealous people, I can't compete with pile number one. Interesting. Some people may think that there's more to you than meets the eye, where like some will get the preconceived notion that you're just happy all the time, that you're just positive all the time. And that may sometimes, I don't mean to be mean, but like that may sometimes irritate people that are very negative. Like people that just have a very pessimistic outlook on life, that may irritate them, but only because I think you're very opposite to them, and I'm sure that you are teaching them a different perspective, because it's like maybe in some way I'm seeing their spirit guides think that they need to get out of this place. Like, let's say they've been in this pessimism for too long and their spirit guides are tired of it. They want them to get out of this low place and pull them out of that place. And then it's like you're that light to others when they're in the darkness. And so their reaction to you has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. That's what I want you to keep in mind. Some people may get very insecure around you because of all this light you exude, because of the way you're admired and seen by others. And then there's some that, think, this person is like very happy and positive, but I think that maybe they've been through some things in life that they don't necessarily talk about, but they're kind of curious, like, have they been through anything hard in their life? Because the Three of Swords is about heartbreak and pain. I'm also hearing the word ambitious. People think you have this ambitious nature to you. What I'm noticing is we have a lot of fire cards here. Aries, Leo with the sun, and maybe Sagittarius, and we have a lot of air cards here. So Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So there's something here about people maybe guessing that you are like a fire sign or an air sign. I don't know if you are. We have the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. We have the Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Water, Eight of Cups. People always go home feeling uplifted, feeling happy from your conversation and replaying it in their mind. They think you have a very warm and beautiful smile as well. 10 of Water, 10 of Cups. I don't know if some of you are spiritual or like you openly speak about spirituality, about astrology, things like that. That's coming through for some here. Or you just give off this very peaceful yet happy, positive vibe that people think of you. Two of Earth, Two of Pentacles based off your conversations. I think people really treasure you and really warm up to you. Like you grow on them very quickly. And they may even think back to your conversation that day and like reminisce over it and kind of smile a little bit in their mind. Or I see people even talking to you on social media or talking to you over the phone. And like I just see a big smile on their face. So I see people thinking you know how to get people to smile and laugh and be a little bit playful is what I'm getting here. People also think, like I said before, you're very comfortable with speaking up and speaking about yourself, expressing yourself. The self-expression is something that comes naturally to you in their eyes. And they may also think that you're very wise. You know how to give great advice to others. You know exactly what they need to hear when they need to hear it. You may be able to give solutions to people's problems, solutions they've never even thought of. And the solutions you give are very to the point and simple, where they may have overcomplicated it and got themselves into like stuck in the mud or tangled themselves up in a situation that was not that complicated to begin with. Because Spirit is showing me in December I had my dog. I'm not going to explain the story too long, but I had her on the leash because I was visiting my boyfriend's parents and they had cats, so I couldn't let her off the leash that day. So I quickly went into the kitchen to help them and everything and put her on the leash there. And then she was like tangling herself up in the leash by running around it. And then when I went back 10 minutes later, I was like, oh my gosh, she's tangled up in this. And I was taking care of her that day and everything like that. And she just tangled herself up. So it's kind of like she was trying to get out, but she just tangled herself up more. And it makes sense with the Eight of Swords here because I saw the vision of that. So some people may tangle themselves up in their own life challenges and not even realize it. And keep in mind, she wasn't even there for 10 minutes. So anyways, yeah, I feel like you know how to get people untangled from their own life problems. You know exactly what to say to them with your wisdom that helps them overcome their life challenges and issues that keep them stuck. People may also think you're a very generous person, that you have a lot of leadership qualities. I hear a plane go by, so some people may think you travel a lot, or that you want to travel, or that you're free-spirited, or that you're going to make it very far in life and move forward in a way that is very amazing and like create a lot of success in your life, where the universe is going to reward you with a lot of blessings. As I say that, my third eye opens, or some of you may have immigrated or move to another country or travel. I don't know, that's coming through. I guess people just really treasure you. They really think that you're very stable and balanced. But they also think that you're someone that, is very kind and warm, but you're also not one to stick around when people are deceptive. You are discerning, but not closed off. You know how to, I'm hearing bullshit detector. Sorry for my language, but you know how to detect red flags in people. You know how to detect passive aggressiveness within people. You know how to tell when someone doesn't like you and they pretend to like you. You can just tell. And people think that you're very good at spotting liars, at spotting fake people. Like I'm getting for some of you, maybe you have friends where like you and your friend become friends with someone else and you immediately tell this friend like, that person's vibe is off. And then like they take it and later on something unfolds where they're like, pile number one was absolutely right. So I'm kind of getting that vibe from this pile. People also think you're very strong. And they think that you're in alignment with your life's dreams and wishes and blessings. And they may not think in alignment, but they may think you have a lot of potential to reach that, or you are already on the path towards that. Again, you're very generous with your time, your energy, your kindness. You love to give. You're a giver. That's what people think of you based off your conversations. And people think you love at this very big capacity. Where they're thinking those that get to be around you are very lucky and blessed in some way. And like I said, you're not afraid to walk away from people that disrespect you in any way. The Hermit, King of Fire, again, lots of people secretly crush on you while they're having conversations with you. The Five of Air, Five of Swords. This is what I was talking about, this deceptive betrayal energy. Nine of Pentacles. And this energy here is like people that are very insecure within themselves. They may get very insecure around you and you may trigger that within them. But it brings them keys of wisdom as they go home and reflect on it. Like some people may just get so jealous of you where they're so envious and they can't understand why. And then let's say they go home and they reflect on it and they're like, oh my gosh, like I'm projecting my own insecurities. So it does bring growth at the end of the day and awareness to them in some way. We have the Fool card. We have the Strength card, one full confirmation. Notice how the Lion has shown up twice, the Empress. And the number 8 next to the Empress is reminding me of abundance. Again, Nine of Pentacles is like this self-made abundance. If you're not there yet, people see your potential to get there. And again, your fashion style's coming up. Six of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles. So you have a lot of cards, actually. Okay, so I guess people see a little bit of a magical quality to you. This very youthful glow you have to you, where it's like, you know how to bring laughter to a situation. You know how to bring joy to a situation. People think that you're very free-spirited based off your conversations. People think that they've never met anyone like you. People may think that you remind them of something within their childhood, or something about you makes them very nostalgic in some way. Some may have past life connections to you. Not everybody, but some that conversate with you, and they may think that you look very familiar, or there's something about you that is like familiar where they can't put their finger on it. Or sometimes you just remind them of someone from their past. But I feel most people meet you and it's like they've never met anyone like you. You're very unique is what they think of you. They also think that you embody this divine feminine energy, regardless of your gender, where he keep hearing the word magical. Like, you're very magical. You could be seen as creative. You could be seen as someone that stands out. You could be seen as someone with a very big heart, with a lot of nurturing energy. And people think you have a lot of strength, but your strength comes through your gentleness and your emotional maturity and the way you are able to speak to others, because I feel you're able to set boundaries with others and speak your truth, but in a very gentle way. Well, you're not doing it in a harsh way. You know when to compromise, you know when to let things go and not dwell on it and not speak about it, and you know when to speak up. So there's a gentleness people admire within you as well when they're speaking to you. We have the Six of Air, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Air, Ten of Swords, and Two of Water, Two of Cups. Some may think that you're learning to trust again. Some may think that you, again with this boat, like travels coming through. Some may have crushes on you with the Two of Cups again. Because Two of Cups is about like love and those things. But some people just want to form relationships to you and think you're just a very loving person. And people also think that you embrace change, is what I'm getting here. So this is what I have for you, Pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this green opal crystal in the Chariot card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think of you based off your conversations with them. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your actual reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any other videos I've posted, or you like my readings, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to everyone that supports the channel. Similar to Pile 1, but in a different way. While people are talking to you, they're really admiring the clothes you wear. They think that but in a different way, they think that you look very neat, tidy, and put together. There's something about a phone. I don't know if you're on your phone a lot or if people are just like wondering what your social media looks like when they're speaking to you, or if people enjoy speaking to you on the phone. And there's something about people thinking that you carry yourself with this regal energy. Like, you exude this regal energy. I feel like this is my pile of people that embody like princess energy, like where people want to treat you like a princess, or queen, king energy. And I feel like this is my pile of people that have maybe had past lives as kings, queens, princesses, princes, dukes, duchesses, like things like that in the royal family. That's what I'm getting, and it doesn't have to be here on Earth, is what I'm getting as well, for those that believe in star seeds. I'm also getting like people really admire your jewelry while they're speaking to you, if you ever wear jewelry, and your nails and your hands as well, regardless of if you do your nails actually or if they're just natural and neat and tidy or clean. But I see people admiring that, and I see people actually really enjoying and admiring your vibe. Like, I even hear people saying, I really like pile number 2's vibe. Like, I feel very comfortable around pile 2 while speaking to them. I really like their vibe. When I was sitting in your energy, I kept getting strong goosebumps. And your energy feels so good. And I get that people like to be around you. People really like your vibe. I heard the word honesty. So people also think you're very honest while they're speaking to you. That's what I'm getting here. So people may think that you are a little bit tired, or that you're very busy, where like you don't always have time to to go out and to do things with people. Like maybe people need to plan ahead to go out with you, or maybe you only go out once in a while, because I get this vibe from you, like people think that you're very busy all the time, or that you like have things to be doing. Like I'm hearing you have people to see, places to be, like you have a very full schedule, a lot of work to do, a lot of responsibilities. I'm getting, for some of you, you take care of younger children. This is a specific message for one person or two people. Like maybe you babysit younger people, or you have children of your own for some of you, or little siblings that you take care of. Or some of you, I'm just getting that people could think you're very busy, like with your work, or like with the job you do, with your studies, something like that. And I'm smelling food, so people may think that you're a foodie, that you enjoy the pleasures of life through taste, through touch, things like that. Like you enjoy those things. And people also may think that you smell good while they're having conversations with you. Yeah, I get this vibe of like you being that type of person people think they would want to go out on lunches with, and like people get a maturity from your vibe. That's what I'm getting here. Where they don't perceive you as that type of person they'd go out partying with. They perceive you as that type of person where if they were to be friends with you, you would go out on spa dates, or go hiking together, or get a coffee together, or go for lunch together. People think you're very chilled and laid back too, is what I'm getting. I'm reading the energy, not the card, by the way. So spirit guides of pile 2s. What people think of them based off their conversations. I feel like people think things very quickly of you. Like, look at how quickly these cards are coming out. I didn't have to shuffle it much. So people's thoughts of you come out very quickly. Like they're very eager to voice their opinion of you. That's kind of like what I'm getting. We do have the Empress at the back of the deck, which is confirmation. Like people think you enjoy the pleasures of life. People think that you're very attractive, regardless of your gender. The Empress can also be motherly energy. So regardless of your gender, you could be a mother or father for some watching, not for everyone. And remember, if nothing resonated, like these are people's thoughts of you based off your conversations. So their thoughts could be wrong. They could be getting the wrong vibe from you. But I'm also getting like sleepy or tired eyes, or like big eyes, or something about your eyes people are noticing while they're talking to you. 3 of Swords. The Fool card. The Strength card. The High Priestess. This is my very intuitive pile. The Hierophant. The Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. Coal, which is Judgment. Nine of Earth, which is 9 of Pentacles. And 3 of Earth, which is 3 of Pentacles. We do have these extra cards. I'm just going to put them here for now. I'm seeing a lock and a key, and this type of vibe of like you being very discerning at first, like when you're speaking to people. You're very discerning of who you let into your life, because I don't know if you speak about this, but I feel like people sense that you've been through some type of hurt or pain with the 3 of Swords. And I feel like with the Queen of Cups, the type of vibe people get from you is that you're just so loving. You're so kind. You're such a soft-hearted person, such a gentle and kind like sweet, innocent person that I feel like maybe sometimes people kind of get the vibe that others have taken advantage of your kindness, or that you just feel things so deeply, that you're such a like sensitive soul, not in a bad way, in a very good and beautiful way, where it's very easy for you to get disappointed or have your feelings hurt if you're not around the right people. So I feel like you've learned a lesson here with the Hierophant, where you're discerning of who you let into your life. You're careful of who you let into your life. Maybe you get to know people very slowly, or slow to open up, but not in a bad way. It's not like people are thinking you're closed off, but maybe people just sense, or maybe you've told them, but if you haven't, maybe they just sense that you've been through some things in your life, and they think you're very strong and resilient, but also someone that has a sensitive heart, a very big heart, very generous, very caring individual, that you feel things on such a deep level. You care on such a deep level that you're careful of who you let into your heart. I hear a plane go by. Some of you, like, people may get the impression that you travel a lot, or that you, like, maybe some of you have immigrated from a different country to the country you live in, or maybe some of you have moved to somewhere else, or maybe some of you travel for business. I was getting the impression for a lot of you, or some of you, like, something about the phone. Like, I don't know if some of you, like, let's say you're out in public and you don't want anyone to speak to you, and you're like feeling kind of like, I don't want to speak to anyone today. Then you pretend to be on a phone call, but people don't think that you're pretending. Maybe they think that you're just very busy and you have a lot of phone calls and people to talk to. Or like, let's say you actually do, like, you're out in public and you're talking to a person, and let's say you actually do get a lot of phone calls because maybe you work from home, or maybe you have a lot of business people calling you, or clients, or things like that. And then you're like, sorry, I have to take this. It's very important. I feel like some of you deal with that a lot, but it's not going to resonate with everybody. I feel like people think you're very business minded and business orientated, like, or just very like focused on your career is what I'm getting here. Very focused on building your financial state to the place you want it to be. And people actually see a strength there. People see certain talent, a certain type of potential within you, for you to reach your big dreams and goals, and for you to really make it big in your career, really create this financial independence for yourself. I see that really strongly. People even at work may think that you're very smart, or at school, like, think you're very smart, think that you have a lot of strengths. They think that you have a certain type of wisdom about you, a fresh perspective that they really enjoy. They think that you're a good person to work with in a team. I'm getting that for those that like are interested in career and school and studies, things like that. People think that you've been through a lot in life, that you've had a hard life, but you don't let that get you down. You're strong and you're powerful, and you always rise above it, even though it may hurt in the moment. You'll always rise above it. You have a very strong determination to you. Even when you go through heartbreak, even though you feel things so deeply in that moment, you are able to pick yourself back up after that again. Some may think that you write a lot, or that you do a lot of emails. There's something about people thinking you're very focused on your work and your career and those things. And people may think that you are trying to create independence and freedom for yourself in some way, or that you are very independent and free. I feel the influence of Saturn here. Some people may think you're an Aquarius or Capricorn. that you just give off that vibe. Whereas I also heard Cancer, and the Chariot is Cancer energy. There's also Pisces and Scorpio here with the Queen of Cups. Leo energy with Strength. Pisces is showing up strongly, yeah. Some people may even get the vibe from you that you're an earth sign. I mostly feel Capricorn though. Yeah, so I'm getting here like you're not afraid of failure. I hear the word triumph. People think you're you're going to reach a state of success in your lifetime. I heard good music taste. Good taste in, I don't know, like I'm getting wine or beer or whatever, like drinks you like to have, like something like that is coming through. And people also feel like when they're having conversations with you, there's strong eye contact is what I'm getting here, and they really admire your facial features and your smile too. If you have freckles, yeah, like I'm getting that too. And there's something about people thinking that, like I said, you're very busy. You have like a time management where either you are always on time or fashionably late. But I feel most of you are very much like always on time. And I feel like people think that they really think that you see them on a deep level. They really think that you have a lot of wisdom and strength within you, where I feel like maybe you're also that type of pile of people where like people feel comfortable to tell you about their life experiences or the things they've been through in life. Or like sometimes you'll just talk to a person and you'll say to them exactly what they need to hear, or they'll just feel seen and heard by you in a way that they don't often feel by others. They also think that you're very unique. And I heard the word eccentric. People think that you have, this free-spirited, playful type of vibe to you. And people also think that you either walk very fast or talk very fast, or something about that's coming through, or others of you really slow down. I get that people think that would be that type of friend where, like, let's say your friend is sick, you would come to their house and, like take care of them, feed them soup, something like that, or your children or something like that, like a very nurturing energy. Or like, let's say you're out in public and someone needs something like gum or something, like maybe you're that type of person that always has. Or maybe you're that type of person that's very generous and would pay for your friends. I'm kind of getting that vibe from you. I'd say people think that it's very hard to read you. There is this air of mystery to you where they think there's something much deeper to you than meets the eye. Like they get a first impression of you, a lot of strangers, for example, but then there's this kind of mystery to you where it's like they find it very hard to read you, but it's easy for you to read other people. It's easy for you to understand other people, and I'm not saying other people misunderstand you, but what I'm saying is like people know there's more to you that will still unravel as time goes by, but it's like they can't figure you out. They can't say like, okay, pile number 2 is like this, because they sort of question it like, are they really like this, or am I thinking they're like this? I get that you're very receptive when you're having conversations with people where people don't think as much. They tap into their sense of feelings with the Queen of Cups. They tap into their heart space. And you know how to make people feel very comfortable, feel at ease when they're speaking to you, feel comforted in some way. Like people think that you are a comfort to others, a nurturer. You know how to understand other people's emotions. 9 of Air, 9 of Swords, love. Yeah, it's like you're just very loving and sweet and kind. Like that's what people think of you. based off your conversations. Notice how there's two lions here. And in this strength card, she's taming this lion. But here in this love card, she's gotten this lion to sleep. So people think that you're such like a sweetheart that you can even get people that are very like cold or mean, or like people that don't let other people in, people that have trust issues, things like that. Like you can even get them to soften up to you. You have that effect on people, like even people that are very fearful of letting others in, where they fear letting people in because of heartbreak and pain. But it's like you know how to get those people to soften up to you as well. And even people that are not used to affection, people that are more stoic, like you can even get them to open up. Interesting. So this is the love card, which is the lovers, but it actually has the Leo sign here. Very interesting. We have the fortune's wheel. People always feel like when they talk to you, you come into their life for a reason. You teach them something, you give them some type of wisdom, you bring something to them, either energetically or through your words, and then you leave. It's like you're that fairy godmother that everybody needs in the moment, and then you're gone after that. People always feel like they were meant to meet you for a reason when they have conversations with you. And you know how to make people calm down. Like, you know how to make people calm down when they're in like a very stressed mood. You know how to make people at ease, when they're experiencing heightened emotions. You know how to make people feel comforted and like safe when they're very anxious or fearful. You know exactly what to say to them to bring them back into this place of love. People also think that you have certain gifts or talents, and that you have a big purpose within this lifetime. And if you were to take some kind of leap of faith or be bold and courageous and follow your heart and not listen to any fear or doubt, you're going to make it very far in life. We have the King of Air, King of Swords, the Moon. I feel like as I'm in your energy, I'm like kind of slowing down as well. Not in a rush to speak or anything. We have the Page of Fire, Page of Wands, Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, the Sun. This was pile 1's card if you were drawn. If not, it's okay. 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. So people think you're very deep. People may sense like a poetic vibe from you in the way that you speak, or that you're just someone that feels things deeply. You're someone that learns from your feelings, gains wisdom from your feelings. People think that you're very loyal. People think that you are also very confident in yourself and very outgoing, and people very much like to have conversations with you, enjoy your presence. So based off your conversations with people, people think that you're very emotionally intelligent. People think that you can be very fun and playful to be around, but that you don't always show that side of you too quickly to people. Like, you are very discerning of who you let in, and those that become close to you, like people may think that you have a small circle, but those that are in your circle, it's like a tight-knit group where nothing can break that bond. Like, people think when they get to be in some kind of bond with you, it's like unbreakable. You're very loyal. And that's what I'm getting here. People may think that you're someone that truly believes in love. And you know how to react to any situation from a place of care and compassion and empathy. It's like you have this deep understanding towards people and their mind and their emotions and the way they act, why they are the way they are, even if you had just met them. That's why I say people feel seen by you in ways they never have before. I feel like this is my pile of psychics. For some of you, like some of you are tarot readers, some of you are healers, like Reiki healers. Some of you are creatives and you share your wisdom through that, or some of you are like counselors. I'm getting that vibe here. We have the messenger of air, transformation, and the emperor. I feel like people think that you're not one to be underestimated. Although you're sweet and kind, you have a strength to you. You have a powerful energy to you. You are someone that has transformed in very big and magical ways. Internally and externally, like you know how to shift your reality, is what I'm getting here. People may not think shapeshift, but like, let's say people that you know very well. This is people that you know, people that you've spoken to for some time, where let's say they've spoken to you now for 2 years and they kind of compare how you were speaking to them 2 years ago to now. They can see that big transformation. They can see the transformations that have happened in your life and within you. So that's what I'm getting there. I kind of get this vibe of you being very empathic, where maybe some of you have a social battery, or like you can't be around people for too long because it drains you. Like, because you are a sponge to other people's emotions, is what I'm getting here. People may not think that, but people may just sense that you are maybe someone that needs more of your alone time, and that maybe a lot of people come up to you with their problems, and that sometimes you are that person that also needs to just be held and cared for and not listen to everybody else's problems, but have somebody else listen to you. People think that you're very selfless too. So this is what I have for you, pal 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number 3s. If you chose this Malachite crystal and the Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think of you based off your conversations with them. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I posted, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. So for some reason, when I get to your pile, I'm smelling pancakes. So I don't know if this is a pile of people that love to cook, that love to bake, or, you know, like maybe you have a sweet tooth. Or maybe you have a sweet tooth, but I'm getting here that people also think that I'm hearing like you take care of your health, you get good care of yourself. Some people may stutter around you because I don't know why, like there's a vibe of like some people being a little bit intimidated by you and not wanting to waste your time. So there's this vibe, but it's not that you give off any type of vibe that they need to rush or hurry, like, or stop speaking, but you know, maybe some people just grew up in situations where, like, let's say they spoke too much and then a person's like, stop speaking, or like gets irritated. And it's not necessarily you or anything you do, but I don't know why that is coming up. But as I was saying, you look like you take good care of yourself and your health. I'm getting that people think that you're a green flag, or I saw a white flag. What does that mean? Let's see. Okay, so, well, a green flag is basically like someone that, like, you know how they say a person can have a red flag and they're basically, it means they must stay away from them, things like that. But a green flag would be like something good. Like for example, let's say you have a good relationship to your family and you're a very family orientated person, or let's say you're just a very kind and nurturing person with the Queen of Pentacles, or let's say you're very patient. I could even be wrong with these traits, but it's like there's something about people noticing green flags within you. And I'm researching about white flags, and it says a symbol of defeat, giving up on something, or surrender, or like kind of like reconciliation with someone. So maybe people think that you're very good at either getting people to reconciliate, like being that mediator, or maybe people think that you're someone that knows when to give up, knows when to stop doing something and stop trying. And that's not a bad thing. So, for example, let's say you have a friendship with someone and you've been trying and trying and trying to communicate with this person and nothing's working. You know when it's time to just stop and leave it and give up, because trying and trying and trying is only making you like feel worse on the inside. That's not me saying that you should give up on things easily, but I don't know if this is like just what people think of you, or let's say you have, for example, a lot of responsibilities at work. You know where to delegate certain tasks that are not useful for you to do anymore. If your schedule gets busier and like, okay, this is nice for me to do, but it's more important if I focus on this and this and this. So let me delegate these tasks to this person. I'm not necessarily giving up on these tasks, but I don't know, like that's the type of vibe I get here. It's not a bad thing, okay? So spirit guides of pile number threes. Spirit guides of pile number threes. And remember, these are what people think of you based off the conversations. This doesn't have to resonate or ring true to your personality. Because sometimes people just think of us based off one conversation, something, But with Malachite and the Queen of Pentacles, people definitely think you're very kind and loving. And very grounded too, very rational, very responsible and independent. Like you don't really need anybody, but you want them around. People may think you have a small circle of close friends, that you're very loyal is what I'm getting. People may think you have a good music taste. People may think that you like get excited about little things that you like to talk about. But you're also a good listener is what I'm hearing. And people think you would be a good friend. So I'm hearing starships were meant to fly by Nicki Minaj for some reason. Page of Cups at the back of the deck. Maybe there's this out of this world ethereal vibe to you that you give off. We have the Fortune's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. King of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles. We have the King of Fire, which is the King of Wands. We have the High Priestess. So far, each pile mentioned here is very intuitive. We have the Six of Earth with the Six of Pentacles. We have the Three of Fire, which is the Three of Wands. Felt an energy in my solar plexus when I pulled this card. Two of Fire, which is the Two of Wands. The Four of Earth, which is the Four of Pentacles, and then we have a bunch of extra cards here on the side. So I'm hearing rendezvous, but in the romantic sense, as I look at the King of Pentacles and King of Wands. So I don't know, like, if this is my pile of single people, but you don't have to be single to like listen to this, but like, it's not necessarily anything you speak about, but maybe some of you talk about your dating life. like if you are single and if you are going on dates with people. And I heard like heartbreaker, so there's something about some people maybe thinking you're a little bit of a heartbreaker, or that you have many people wanting you at once. Like, for example, if you're a woman, like maybe you have many men wanting you at once. Or if you are in a relationship or you're not that type of person to speak to many people at once or speak about your dating life like that, people may just get that impression from you, because I pick up this pile, like you have a sexiness to you, but people think that you're quite modest in some way. Like, I don't know if this pile dresses modestly, or if you're just like, you exude a sexiness to you, but there's a level of respect people have towards you. And like, even if you dress in more of a way where you show off skin, there's like this level of respect people have towards you where they don't want to tell you that, where they don't want to be like, ooh, damn, like you're so sexy. Like, I don't know if people kind of get that vibe from you, like, if I say the wrong thing, pile number 3 is not going to talk to me. Or if it's just like an intimidation, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this energy. People sometimes fear saying the wrong thing to you and like putting you off in some way. But there's something here about like some people thinking that you're kind of like a heartbreaker, that you have a lot of people after you at once, like in the romantic scene, dating scene, that you have a lot of people crushing on you at once. Why is that? Let me just close my eyes and see what I can find clairvoyantly from this. It's because of your look if you don't speak about it. Because I'm seeing some of you speak about it and like you're like, oh, I was talking to this person. Like for my woman here, for example, or for the men, like maybe you were speaking about like going on a date with this person. Of course, like it doesn't just have to be for straight connections as well, but I'm getting the vibe here. Either you spoke about your dating life, or it's because of your level of physical attractiveness where people just make that assumption about you. People also think that you have a very beautiful or handsome face, and you don't need to try too hard to look good. Like, I'm even getting here this pile. People think that you have a natural beauty and a gorgeous smile or handsome smile. Something about your smile is coming through. So people, I think that's come up in all 3 piles, where people like to look at the person while speaking, which makes sense. I mean, we look at people while we're speaking to them and notice their qualities and traits physically as well. I hear great aspirations, big dreams, big hopes. So maybe people think you're very ambitious, that you have big dreams, big goals, big things you want to bring into this reality. I just noticed here we have this magic flying carpet on this giraffe here. And she's sitting on the magic flying carpet, but she's not using it. She's riding the giraffe, like this child. So I get that people kind of get this impression from you that like you're very talented at certain things, or you have a lot of strengths, or you have a lot of potential to reach a great amount of success within this lifetime, where you can be so independent that like you wouldn't even need anybody to help you financially. Like you'd be financially free. Like you'd be at the top is what I'm getting. And you have this ability to soar to the sky, but it's like, it's not that you play it small. That's not what I'm getting here. But it's like, if I had to really show off all my skills and talents, like, it's not like you'd be above everybody else. I'm not getting an egotistical vibe from you. I'm actually getting a very down-to-earth, humble vibe from you. But it's like, I don't know how to explain this energy. Just think this little child can use this magic carpet at any time to fly through the sky, but is using the giraffe to get to their destination. So it's not like you make things harder for yourself or anything like that. You're able to swiftly go to a place, and you're not playing it small. That's the thing here. Like, you stand out, people can see these things about you. But Spirit is showing me like a race where we're running, right? And let's say you had the superhuman strength to run fast like the Flash. But then you're like, okay, no, like the other people, it would be unfair to them. So let me run at my own pace. And then if I need to, I'll use my superhuman strength. And I'm kind of getting that vibe because it's like if you had to use all your strengths at once, you would surpass everybody, where everybody would be left behind. Not the people around you conversating with you, but like people, for example, at work or competitors, or it's like, when a car has like a super boost and they drive at a normal pace, it's like if you had to use that super boost, it's over for everybody else. So that's kind of what I'm getting here. I don't know what that would apply to in your life. I feel for most of you, your career, because we have Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, or your studies, or your talents, or gifts you have, things like that. People think that you're very responsible and humble, and it's like, even if you were to be that type of person to make $1 million like in 1 month, I'm just making it excessive, where you would be like a billionaire or like be someone with a lot of money or a lot of wealth or fame or anything like that, you would still know how to be relatable to others and meet people down at their level. That's what I'm getting from this pile. Like, you could be that most intelligent person in the room and still know how to relate to people. And it's not like you water yourself down or anything like that to fit in, but it's like you still know how to meet people on their level. It kind of reminds me of a teacher. You know how a teacher can have all the knowledge in the world, but they know how to explain things to kids at the level, at the pace they can understand. So it's like people think you're very deep, people think you're very talented, people think you're very intelligent, people think you're very wise, you see things from a very high perspective. But you have all these qualities, talents, and strengths to get very far in life. But you're still able to meet people at their level. You're still able to be relatable to others. You don't put yourself on a pedestal, is what I'm getting here. You don't think that you're better than others, is what I'm getting here. Like, you could be the most talented at the room, but like you don't even speak about it. Like, you don't need to brag about it because you already know. And that kind of reminds me of Lexi the Leo's reading, one of her readings from a while ago. I don't know when it was, but she was speaking about like how you can be the person that has maybe like the most subscribers or something and not brag about it, but another person that has like less than you is bragging, but you're not bragging. She said something like that. It kind of reminds me of that reading, but a little bit different. So I'm getting that vibe from this pile. People also think that you're very generous. People think that you're a great listener. Like, even when you have things that you're excited to speak about, you know how to listen to others. You know how to let others speak and have their moment and have their shine too. And, like, this reading's giving me a very different perspective that I've never seen before. Because I feel like, we are meant to be confident and shine bright, but it's also important that we also allow other people to have their moment. Like, yes, okay, we want to speak about the things we're excited about and our wins and, like put ourselves out there and be ourselves authentically. But it's also important to make other people feel special and make other people feel like they're winning at life too, and make other people feel like they're having their moment to shine too. And I kind of get that vibe from you. And I'm seeing clairvoyantly the Mean Girls. I didn't expect this type of reading, but I'm getting it, so let's just go along with it. I'm seeing the Mean Girls scene where she wins the crown for prom queen, Katie, and she starts to break the crown into little pieces and give it to every woman there. And I'm kind of getting that vibe from you, like you know how to bring up the people around you and make them feel special. And that's what people think of you from your conversations. There's a level of humbleness to you. And you really care for other people when they're going through injustices. Like, you'd be that type of person that would stand up for another person, I'm getting. Or like, let's say your best friend went through something, and like for my woman here, for example, let's say her boyfriend cheats on her, you'd be the one to slash his ties with her, even though that's something you wouldn't do. It's like you have that ride or die energy for your friends, where you're very loyal to them. And I'm not saying you would do that necessarily per se, but I'm giving an example to this energy where it's like, let's say you have a younger sister or brother or sibling, you do anything to protect them, or if you have certain friends around you, you do anything to protect them. Like, they mean the world to you in all your heart. Like, I'm getting that vibe from this pile of like what people think of you based off the conversations you have. You may even speak about those you love with like a sparkle in your eye, with like love in your eyes, with like a smile on your face. Like, let's say you're in a group of people and they're asking you about like a relationship you have, for example, a best friend or a romantic connection you have, and you like speak so highly of them, and they can see the happiness in your eyes when you speak about them. And then it's like, let's say you're with someone and they ask you what type of person is your friend like, and let's say your friend is with you. Maybe you'd speak about them a little bit and speak very highly of them, and then you'd be like, okay, let's let them tell you about themselves, and then you'd give them a chance to speak. I'm getting that vibe from this pile. And again, you're very responsible. You look like you have your life together. You look like you have your ish together. You look like you're very independent. I get boss babe energy from this pile, or like, this pile is maybe very good at making money or knowing how to save, knowing how to budget, knowing how to improve in their career. Very generous, very kind. You know exactly what to say to people to comfort them and be there for them. Very compassionate too. Like, you understand where other people are coming from. Diplomatic is the word I'm hearing. Very fair, very balanced. And I'm getting here, you're building up your confidence and self-worth to really believe in yourself the same way other people believe in you. That's kind of what people get from you. You also have a lot of leadership qualities and skills that people see within you. Even your like your coworkers, like people even at work or school think you're a very hard worker. Think that you know how to be on time and plan ahead and things like that. That's what I'm getting from you. People may think that you're also very organized. You're not all over the place when people speak to you. And even if you feel so, people don't think you are. Like, you're very grounded. You don't look stressed out. You don't look all over the place. You look like you know what you're doing at life. Even if you don't feel so, or even if you do feel so, this is what people think. So your next cards, we have the 5 of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. I kind of lost track of time while I was speaking to you, where I don't know how long we've even been doing this reading. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like, I don't have a clue. So there's something about when people speak to you, they lose track of time. They're just so in the conversation that 2 hours can pass and then it's like, whoa, 2 hours went by. It didn't even feel like 2 hours. We have the Seven of Water, Seven of Cups. This is a very interesting reading. I think people find you very interesting and intriguing. Like, you're not like many people they've met before. We have the Nine of Air, Nine of Swords. We have the Fool. We have the Five of Air, Five of Swords. Two of Earth, Two of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Queen of Swords. Messenger of Air, which is Messenger of Swords. I think it's an extra card. Queen of Wands, Queen of Fire, and King of Air, King of Swords. Let me just reflect on this energy for a moment. So, I'm not getting a secretive vibe from you, but I get that people think that you also have like a mystery to you where you know when to speak about things and you know when to open up. So you choose what you want to share with people and you choose what you're going to share based on the level of closeness and intimacy, based on the level of trust you have with that person. So I'm getting like this is my pile of people that maybe don't speak about their dreams and goals until it has come to full fruition. Where people may sense you have big dreams and goals and that you have an ambitiousness to you, that you have this fiery spirit where you have that hope and dream and excitement for it, but you're like, zip, I'm not telling you until it's coming to fruition. Then I'll tell you when it's actually a physical reality in my life. And I'm kind of getting here that, like I said earlier, you don't play it small, but maybe you know when to. Okay, like let's say you're a star in the sky that shines bright, but you also know when to hide a little bit. How do I explain this energy, spirit? Okay, so for example, your spirit guides are showing me like celebrities and the paparazzi. Of course, celebrities are celebrities. They are known worldwide by everybody, especially the very big celebrities. But they don't just go everywhere. They maybe wear a disguise or like go to a place where it's not so busy on a day when it's not so busy, or they have their bodyguards with them, or like even the one time I met a particular celebrity at a place I worked before I even started this YouTube channel, way before, and she was wearing sunglasses and like a disguise, and then I noticed like a familiarity with her look, but she disguised herself. I'm not going to mention the name for respect, but I hope you get what I mean. And like I felt so excited to talk to her because I was doing a booking for her or something like that. But I didn't want to let other people know I was excited to speak to her because like there were other people behind her and we were in a public area. Like I worked at the airport before doing like bookings and things like that. And I was so excited to speak to her, but I didn't want to make a scene and make the other people around her like make her flights uncomfortable and all of that where other people would know it's her. So it's like that kind of scenario where like, let's say you're a celebrity and you don't want to be bombarded by everybody. I'm kind of getting that vibe from you, like you have that star quality to you that makes you stand out, that makes you shine. But I'm sensing that maybe people think that a lot of people have been jealous of you because of that, or a lot of people have just disliked you because of that, or like scared you're gonna be better than them or take their place or whatever it is. Like people sometimes get very insecure around you because of these big qualities and traits you have, these star qualities, and your magnetism, your charisma, your talents, your gifts, that you may sometimes not play it small, but almost like blend in. to not have people be jealous or to not have people be some type of way towards you or act a different way towards you. I hope this energy makes sense. I hope I'm explaining it correctly. But it's like you could be the best in the room at something, the most talented in the room, but then you don't tell people that you're talented at that, but they can sense there's this different energy to you where you exude this radiance and you shine in some way. They can sense you're talented at something, but they don't know what it is. And then they don't know if you're hiding it on purpose or if you're playing it small or if you're just humble or if you don't want to speak about it. Like, I'm getting that vibe. Very interesting. Okay. I get that people, like I said in the beginning, there's this mystery to you where they can see your qualities and traits, but they don't know how to approach explaining these things about you. So, I think you're also very intelligent, is what I'm getting here. Very physically attractive. It's like you're a package deal. You're a rare gem. You're one of a kind, is what I'm getting. And not many people can be around you. Not that nobody wants to, because a lot of people do want to be around you. But I get that you keep your circle small for a reason. Because maybe you've dealt with betrayals or deception from people, and you're just very concerned who you let in that sense. So I get that vibe from you where like a lot of people want to be around you or want to be your friend, but you're very selective of who you let in to your energy, to your home, to your friendship group, things like that. And it takes time for people to get to be on that level with you. Like you are generous and you are kind to everybody, but it takes time for people to be buddy with you. I'm getting, or best friends with you, or anything like that. So this is what I see for you, pile number 3. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!